Start recording. Okay, there we go. So, y'all, what's up? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being here. My goal today is simple. It's simple. All I want to do is understand or help you understand the subconscious mind a little bit better. I want you to understand the subconscious mind a little bit better. When you understand how your subconscious mind works, and it's so funny because it's a lot of teachings out in the world right now from manifesting teachers. And these manifesting teachers are making you believe by playing on your weaknesses that you can have something for nothing. They make you believe that you don't have to do anything or won't want to do anything and that action is irrelevant. They make you think that if you don't create something out of nothing, out of thin air, they make you believe that if you don't do that, that you are not manifesting and something's wrong with you. They make the physical world seem like it's an illusion, like it's not real. This is what they do. The problem with this philosophy is if you've tried it for any amount of time, you may get a parking spot. You may get a few dollars. You may get a pat on the back. You may get some beautiful experiences, but you will not create anything. If you've tried it, I tried to manifest for years. I made $250,000 in my business, not at 22 years old, and I didn't manifest that business. I created that business. And I hope y'all following along. If I say anything that resonates with you, here's the game. Let's play a game. If I say anything that resonates, you message me and you subscribe. You get into the Quantum Mastermind for free. That's the deal. Okay, if I say anything that resonates, hop into the mastermind. All right. Reason I'm saying that is because a lot of this is going to resonate with you, and it's a reason it resonates. So let's talk about the subconscious mind. So if you can imagine that inside of your belly is the object of your desire. So you can feel in your belly, in your gut, something you want is there. So let's say it's a house. Now, inside of you, in this house has all the rooms you want, has the bathrooms you want, has the amenities you want, has the appliances that you want, has the yard you want, is in the neighborhood you want, is in a location you want, feels the way you want it to feel, smells the way you want it to smell, is spacious enough, feels luxurious enough, comfortable enough. This house in you has that. Now, the subconscious mind has no ability to accept or reject. None. Zero ability. Or it cannot decide to accept or reject. All it does is accept. Now, your subconscious mind has been impressed with the house. Understand, there's a law of co-respondence. This is what they won't teach you in the spiritual circles, who just tell you, let it come to you. There's a corresponding house outside that matches the house that you vibrate inside. They're identical twins. In this universe, what's inside attracts its identical outside. What's inside attracts the identical corresponding physical thing outside. This is the rule. This is the law of affinity. To give you an example of how this works. H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. You might say those are two different elements. But there's water in the hydrogen in vibrational potential. There's water in the oxygen as a vibrational potential. So the water inside both of those elements find each other and attract to each other to create what? Water. So this is what's happening to you when you manifest or attract people. So I'm going to tell you a story. When I was 21 years old, I was tired of dating women who were younger than me because I felt more mature. I wanted to date a woman significantly older than me. Now, I wrote this person down, all her mature qualities, how she feels, how she speaks to me, how I speak to her, what beautiful conversations we have, how she embodies and embraces who I really am, etc. I wrote all of this down on the page. My next thing was I started to talk to this girl out loud as if she was in my living room. I remember my sister coming around the corner like, Josh, are you talking to yourself? And I said, yeah, I'm talking to myself. But in reality, I was talking to somebody that existed that they couldn't see. I knew I had my person. So as I'm talking to my person who's in the living room with me that nobody else can see, and as I'm driving down the road, turning to my passenger seat, talking to a person who's next to me that nobody else can see, I'm now in that moment from those seconds creating my reality. Now, next thing you know, I keep feeling this. That's my only job. I just feel like I feel the person who I want. I feel what it would feel like if it was perfect. I feel what it would feel like if it was perfect. A couple weeks later, I meet a girl. This girl was exactly what I wrote on the page. 6 months later, I was married to that girl. This is how attraction works. That girl who was outside of me was already inside. I had her here. I felt her here. I interacted with her here. Now, since I was already with her here, the external version of who she was attracted to me. So they gravitated toward each other, and I married this person. Happy New Day, Fred. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. So this is how the subconscious mind works. So this is what I want y'all to do. If you're in the chat right now, Starry, Matt Production, HS, Sean Laundry, welcome in, Nick. I want y'all to put what you want in the chat. Put what you want in the chat. Simple task. Put what you want in the chat. Now, what does this do when you put what you want in the chat? It puts your desire out there, so you're letting the universe know what it is you want. That's what you're doing. Now, here's how you impress the subconscious mind. Right now, acceptance. Okay, acceptance. Let's work with acceptance. So, for the subconscious mind, now I don't know what external circumstances would look like. Acceptance. KY say 2 million a month every single month. Fred say happy. That's wisdom right there. Happy. Fred got wisdom. My man says happy. I love that. Abundance. Mary says abundance. Okay, I'm gonna work with KY because she has a tangible goal, and everybody else has the feeling goals, which is little it's different. So I'm gonna work with the 2 million a month every single month. Okay, let's take that. If you want 2 million a month every single month, there is a certain way you would feel, or you think you would feel, in a lifestyle you think you would be able to have if you had 2 million coming in a month every month. Okay? That's what you want. Now, when you think about 2 million every single month, my question is, how do you feel right now? Go ahead and think about making 2 million. What thoughts pop up in your head when you start to think about making 2 million? I said thoughts, not feelings, but thoughts. What comes up? The official, I'm just going to call you the official, said reconciliation with my last girl for God's greater glory and purpose. When you say reconciliation, what do you mean by reconciliation? What do you mean by reconciliation? Mary says she wants abundance. That sounds like a good goal. So let's talk about abundance because it's the easiest actually. Okay, y'all respond along the way so I can help you. Now, Mary says she wants abundance. Here's the deal, if Mary is to feel abundance, let's say, here's what you do. Say, I want abundance. Okay, what does it feel like if you were abundant right now? That's the question. What would it feel like if I was abundant right now? Your job is to feel that. Now, here's what will happen. In your mind, if I say you have to feel that, your mind can do one or two things. It can say, well, yeah, but feeling it is not going to do anything. You could say that. You could say, okay, I'll feel it, and you try to feel it without really feeling it. And then the other way is you go deep down and really feel it. What would it be like? And you actually detect as best as you can what it would be like. Now, if you catch that feeling with your eyes closed and it releases a feeling of abundance and you can feel the overwhelm of abundance, that's the flushed feeling you want to create. So keep that there. Now, all you have to do, don't change anything you do in your physical day. Go to the same job, talk to the same people, do everything the same except one thing, which is feel that feeling on purpose more often throughout the day and increase it a little bit every day that you feel this. Here's what you'll notice. The things will, first of all, break apart in your life. They will fall apart. Because the things that are falling apart are things that keep you in the circumstance you're in, and you will notice that abundance will start being created in your life because like attracts like. The things that are abundant can't come in if the things that are not abundant stay out. Okay, so let me talk to KY. So thoughts of freedom, good weather. I think of Miami for some reason. I immediately saw myself smelling. So basically, you have to lie to yourself no matter what the outside looks like. Just feel good inside. Yeah, the only difference is not lying. You're telling the truth in advance. And it's not just a play on words. In quantum physics, all possibilities exist now, not later. There is no past and future. And if there is a past and future, it all exists now. What that really means is only the possibilities exist now. So when you do feel right now, as you would feel if you were in Miami, literally walk around and see palm trees, walk around and see yachts on the water. As you walk around this physical place, walk around and see yachts on the water, walk around and hear the ocean next to you, feel the warmth of the weather, feel what outfits you're in. Feel that on a regular day or everyday basis. When you go to sleep in Miami. When you wake up in Miami. Look out the window and see Miami. This is the practice, right? So it's assuming the state rather than wanting it so bad. You're assuming it and appropriating it. You making it yours. So if you do this every day, here's the deal. Most people will quit doing this because they don't see results in one day or a week. It's not about a week or a day. You don't know when the best time is for you to go to Miami, or even if it will be Miami. It might be something that feels very much so like Miami, but more so what you want to feel, what you think Miami will feel. Maybe it is Miami, but who cares what the specifics are? You just know what you want to experience. You know what kind of people you want to connect with. You know what kind of energy you want to have. So now you feel Miami inside of you. This is what you do. If you have Miami and you go to sleep in Miami in your imagination and consciousness, and you wake up in Miami in your subconsciousness, and you walk around in Miami in your subconsciousness all day long, which is just keep the feeling of being in some tropical location with lavish success around you. By doing this, here's what you do. You create a model inside. It's a vibrational model. Think of it like a 3D model, like a video game. Well, here's what happens. When you have this reality inside, that's over here, you have the same reality. There's the same reality outside. But in the physical world, it takes time for them to come together. Now, the speed of these coming together, you and the thing you want, is determined by how intensely and clearly you feel this on the inside like you already have it. the thing that marries the thing you want in the outside circumstance is you. If you feel like you have it, well, these two have to come together because you're the common denominator. That's what will happen. Now, how will that happen? First thing is you will start getting thoughts about Miami or a place or to do something or to move in a certain way, go to the coffee shop. But you'll first start getting thoughts of Miami. That's what's going to happen. The second thing that's going to happen is that thought of Miami is going to start building and creating emotion around Miami. You'll just feel it. You'll start hearing advertisements about Miami, seeing more YouTubes of people in Miami, seeing more TikToks about Miami, seeing more palm trees that are more obvious to you. This is what you'll do. It'll automatically happen if you start to feel like this. The next thing that happens, you will meet people who remind you or are just like people who live in Miami. Around your hometown, you'll meet them. I'm from Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. You'll then meet people who feel like Miami. You'll think thoughts that think like Miami. Okay, so there we go. You're already seeing synchronicities. There we go. So that's the second phase. Next, you will see these are people, circumstances, and events that will pop up. And there will be opportunities. This is where creative vision comes in. Opportunities to take you closer to Miami. A trip to Miami. An offer to go to Miami. Someone who does a webinar who just happens to be in Miami. This is what will happen. This is where your job comes in. Your job is to follow your gut instinct and intuition as to what to do right now from this moment. As you follow your subconscious mind, it will lead you to Miami. Because Miami is calling you and you are calling Miami. Both want each other. So there's a magnetic pull that's happening right now to take you to Miami. That's what actions you will take. You will be in Miami. As long as you already feel you are in Miami, you will be in Miami. You're so preoccupied feeling like you're in Miami that you forget you're not in Miami. That's what you have to do. And you'll be in Miami. It's so simple. By the way, the money required to live in Miami goes with feeling like you live in Miami. The kind of work required to sustain you in Miami goes with you living in Miami. So just feel like you're in Miami, and that will bring everything else that makes it possible for you to be in Miami. And when they come, just put them into place. This is what you do. It's happening already. Is that making sense? Is that making sense? Because you're already there. Yes, I'm having another mastermind meeting. The mastermind is at 8 p.m. You just have to message me in this bottom right corner. I don't know if it's the right or left, but it's under the mic. It's a blue button down there. This is what we teach you how to do. We just teach you to not bother your seed of success. The biggest issue people have is they bother their seed of success. You're bothering your seeds. Your seeds were already growing. You are welcome. Yeah. Okay, so the fact that I want to make my money digitally, all I have to do is think about it and believe. So let's talk about that. If you want to make money on a digital market, let's talk about what that looks like. First, if you want to make money on in a digital way, what you're saying is, I want to be location independent, and I want to make money in a way that is easy and where it comes to me easily without a lot of effort. And I just want to be able to be free and make money at the same time. Sound right? And that makes sense. Sometimes you will feel like you're doing it wrong for a little while. KY. Okay, so Sheila, that's your name, Sheila. So you have this digital desire, but the truth is, you just want to make money in a way that's not so mundane, boring. You want to be location independent, and you want to be independent to do what you want to do. What's up, Tani? All right, Sheila in Florida. So this is what you want. So the first thing is, imagine what you would be doing and how you would feel waking up if you already had this freedom lifestyle. You were making some money some way on the phone. You just know money comes into your phone. You don't know much else, but you know money comes in from your phone, and you just do things on the phone, and it makes money somehow. That's all you know. Okay? All right, Jazz, stay in here. You're going to learn. So this is what you got. Here's what happens. The very first thing is you will see opportunities pop up on your phone to work from your phone. It will be boats. You'll have thoughts of what it's like first. Wake up making money on your phone. You may not know what you're going to be doing on the phone, but you know that money comes through this phone. You may have an idea or a feeling of what you might do, but you go, I feel like I'm working off of my phone. The next thing that'll happen is these ideas will get stronger and stronger about working from your phone. And then the job that you're at will look less appealing. And then what's going to happen is you'll be even more motivated to figure out how to make money on the phone. Maybe nothing happens. You don't look anything up yet. That's fine. But eventually it gets to a point where you know you can make money from your phone. And then that triggers you to go looking. Maybe you'll ask ChatGPT. Maybe you'll just look at the phone and scroll on something to find out how to do it. And then you start coming across these ideas that suggest that you can make money from the phone. Go, okay, I can make money from the phone. And after you feel that, the next thing is opportunities to really do it that resonate with you will come flashing forward. Or a friend will message you, or somebody will say, 3 people who are unrelated will ask you the same question. Hey, have you ever thought about digital stuff? What do you think about digital products? What do you think about digital products? 3 people may say the same thing. You'll see YouTube videos that say the same thing, TikToks that say the same thing. And next thing you know, you are feeling inside like you have a digital success. You are at home making money, and you are at the beach making money, and you are in Texas making money, or you are in overseas making the same money. And you feel, I'm everywhere I want to be. That's what you feel. Now, from there, some opportunity will be presented to you to act on and actually get success in a digital product. You'll do it. And then once you do it and continue to do it, you're going to love it. It's not going to feel like work, and you're going to get incredible results. You're going to love it so much that you won't even realize that you are now living your dream. Because that the person who is location independent in here attracts the circumstances out here that match, and they just come together. So the independence that you wants you. It's actually trying to find you through people, mainly through people. And then you marry. What happens is they consummate. They come together, and you have a baby. And the baby is freedom. That's what ends up happening. Your subconscious mind has an urge to externalize any thought or desire that's in your subconscious mind. It's an automatic urge. And what it does is it makes you push it out like a pregnancy. When the baby is about to come into pregnancy, you feel pressure at the bottom. I was watching it with my baby girl, just had a baby girl. You have pressure that happens at the base of you when you are having a baby. That pressure is an indicator to push. So once you get to that point where you know it's yours and the opportunity's there and you're never going back and you're absolutely going forward, you will push. It's natural. Okay. That's how you get the digital product. There we go. You're welcome. Next is PW. I'm just calling you PW. PW. When you're done, can you give an example of contouring a job situation wrongfully accused? Countering a job situation wrongfully accused? Is that what you mean? You were wrongfully accused in a job situation? Okay. So here's how you do this. First of all, you have the situation. You've been wrongfully accused and you don't know what to do about it. Okay, you've been wrongfully accused. First things first, realize I brought this to me. That's first. I brought this to me. Now, most people say that's a bad idea. No, we didn't bring these things to us. We didn't bring those negative circumstances. I didn't do anything. Now, if you think like that, your subconscious mind suggest to your subconscious mind, oh, you're the victim. You have no control. And so a victim identity forms inside of you. And then what do? You attract circumstances that express victimhood. You will attract predators and manipulators to exploit you. Because like attracts like. They have to marry each other. So first thing you say is, I did this. I created this with some vibration. You say, what did I feel? I feel accused, wrongfully accused. All right. Well, what's the opposite of wrongfully accused? What's the opposite of wrongfully accused? Actually, I'm about to go on ChatGPT, look it up for y'all. What is the opposite? I'm going to look it up for you right now. What is the opposite of wrongfully accused? Let's look this up. Somebody says innocence. That's a good one. So it says rightfully accused, justly accused, proven guilty. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is innocence, cleared, vindicated, exonerated, acquitted. So you want a sense of innocence. So that's what you would like. You say I'm wrongfully accused. What you would like to be is innocent. Now, here's the deal. If you got accused of something, you feel wrongfully accused, you have to first identify, I would like to feel a sense of innocence and purity in my life and integrity in my life. I would like people to be honest. I want honesty and fairness. Would you agree with that? These are the kind of things that you want. PW or PW? Would you agree with that? That's the kind of things you want? Okay, so here's what you do. You say, I would like some sincerity and some honesty. I would like honest sincerity and fairness. Okay, so now here's what you do. You say, all right, I realize now I would like to feel I would like to feel a sense of justice and fairness. That's what I would like to feel inside. So what you do is you feel what it would feel like to be fair, to have a fair treatment, and what it would be like. What would it have been like if it were fair? What would be happening if it were fair? What would be the policies if it were fair? What would the environment be like if it were fair? What would it be like if it were fair, if everything was even? So you start thinking up what it would be like. And I actually did this with my business. I didn't like when people played favorites. So when I opened my business, I made sure that I had a merit-based business. You are paid and promoted based on what you do and what you contribute consistently. I don't care your race, your background, where you come from, who you people have told you are, how popular you are, unpopular you are. If you do these results, you will get this promotion. So I had to imagine, because I had an environment that was unfair as well, seemed to be unfair. So I saw all of the ways I would change that and do it differently. I had an imagination. Now, that inside of me created a corresponding business that I ran that had those values in it. And everybody was so happy to have a fair environment. And I loved creating it. So I ended up creating that for myself. You will do the same. But first, you're going to have the ideas of what would make it fair. If you feel like it's an injustice, the very first thing that's going to come to your mind is, what would it actually be like to have a sincere sense of justice? And then it'll come to you. Your thoughts will come to you of what it would be like if it were a just system. Next, you're going to have people who start talking to you about policy changes or things that are different. Or you might get fired from the job because it's an unfair job and you won't have any fairness there. And you have to get fired from a job in order to open yourself up to a job that's going to be fair for you. But whether we know it or not, our subconscious thought of wanting fairness controls our whole physical body and behavior. So then our body just starts to move to environments that will make it fair for us. We are what we think. It is. Does this make sense? And you will be transplanted into a place that's fair, no matter how you have to get there. If you quit, it'll happen. If you get fired, it'll happen. If you stay there and people have to change and management has to change, it'll happen. If people have to leave who were unfair to be replaced by people who were fair, it will happen. All you have to do is feel the fairness on the inside. If this is making sense to y'all, there we go. If this is making sense to y'all, the reason that what I do is I am a personal coach. I coach people to get results using their consciousness. People who have restored relationships, created businesses, created happiness, gotten off medications, healed chronic diseases and illnesses, just using the subconscious mind. Okay? These are very good questions. Thank you, Dana. Thank you. The whole intent is, look, if this resonates with you, message me. If you're ready to change, message me. People who are, if you're really ready to change, I love people really ready to change. It's about one in every, I would say, people who are sincerely ready to change. I think it's one in every 20 people. One in every 20 people, maybe one in every 100 people are really ready to change. You're welcome. Power of the mind is phenomenal. Look, whole intent. If you actually want to create this, you have to understand the laws. There's a lot of people who tell you it's not subconscious. It's not vibration, energy, and frequency. All of that's BS. They will tell you that, and they'll speak very confidently when they say it. When you look at the quantum science, it's all vibration, energy, vibration, and frequency. Everything is vibrating. Everything is energy vibrating at a frequency. Everything is. So for somebody to say, and this is happening on the internet right now, they'll tell you, it's not about energy, vibration, and frequency. When literally science has proven that it's all energy, vibration, and frequency. It's all the same. So if you don't change your energy, which is your feelings, and tune into your feelings, you cannot navigate this world. It's a vibrational world. It ain't a stupid question. Neville Goddard is my guru. I practice what he teaches. I know, and I want y'all to be the practitioners too. Hey, baby. You look so good waking up fresh. Hey, y'all, my girl is up. Thank you, babe. Y'all, I manifested and created my relationship with my girl. Okay, let me address this. You said emotions aren't energies, they are reactions. Okay, where do you feel emotions? We're going to talk about Neville. Feel it in your body, feel it in your heart. So let's go without having you say my body. Now, have you ever um, heard a heart monitor, put a heart monitor and heard your heartbeat? Have you ever heard a heartbeat before? Have you ever heard a heartbeat of a baby? Okay, you heard a heartbeat. Okay. Have you ever seen a picture of what a heartbeat rhythm looks like? Okay. So, if you've seen what a heartbeat looks like this, right? It's a zigzag, it's an up and down line. It's a frequency of heartbeat. A heartbeat has a certain frequency. Now, what powers the heart to pump? What powers the heart to pump? What's the power source of the heart? Electricity. Okay. So, because if you shock, it's electricity. Now, is electricity energy? Okay. So, electricity is energy. So, that means that the source and the place that your emotion is happening it has a source of energy. The energy is what allows you, which allows the emotion to be felt. If it didn't have energy, it wouldn't exist. Okay, so let's address this. I hope that makes sense. Let's answer this. Just I said, everything is energy forms that only exist within the singular mind. Exactly. Without having says, oh, you're saying emotions come from energy. Absolutely. They're made of energy. That's what they are. It's just what makes emotions different from thoughts is the frequency they vibrate at. And what makes thoughts and emotions different from a tree outside is just the frequency it vibrates at. But it's all energy vibrating. So he said everything is energy forms that only exist within a singular mind. That is absolutely right. We are all thought projections of the one original mind. It just so happens humans are made in the image of that singular mind. Energy and motion. That's it. Thank y'all for the love. Good questions this morning. If you are not a part of the mastermind, we are doing it live at 8 p.m. tonight. We already had some people create incredible progress on their goals. Nikola Tesla did say it. I see it more as an earthquake isn't energy, but kinetic energy that caused it. Did you see you put energy into the word kinetic? Did you notice that? That you put the word energy by kinetic because it's made of energy? Yeah, Neville is guru. Neville is teacher. Because you know why? Neville when you do what Neville says, it works. Yeah, kinetic energy is energy. Exactly. Yeah, you need to check out Neville. By the way, if you want to understand Neville at a deep level and apply it, I created a map that helps you to apply Neville Goddard's teachings in an easier way. So if you actually want that gift, just message me down here. I will give you that gift. It's a map and a map of understanding to help you apply Neville Goddard's techniques better, the law of assumption better. Because what I found is a lot of people understand law of assumption and how the mind works, but they have a hard time applying it so that it works fast for them. I have manifested 6-figure businesses, 7-figure businesses from my people. Thank you for the love, y'all. Jazz, thank you for the love. Yeah, Abdullah. I wish I knew who he was. I wish I knew Abdullah. But if you want those, message me. I will teach you. It's a map of understanding that helps you to apply Neville Goddard and Abraham Hicks techniques. It is so simple, and when you catch it, you can't unsee it. So I will give you that for free. That's one of my gifts I give people down here. And then here's what I will promise you. If you jump in my mastermind, the rule is you cannot buy anything from me for 1 week. That's my rule. Why? Because I want you to be sure that I'm not trying to sell you anything. I want to get your results before you buy anything. And you will. And at the end of the week, here's the truth. You will want to buy something from me because it's going to be so legit. You're going to get so many results that you've never gotten before. And you will want more of it for your life. That's why you will want to pay me. But when you jump in my mastermind, you cannot pay me for a week. Okay? Totally opposite of what everybody else does for a reason. Okay? Now, jump in there and it'll work for you. The Goddard family still runs a successful enterprise in Barbados. Yeah. That's funny, right? The real estate, are they still in real estate? Because I thought it was real estate. Goddard's, it's wow. He has so many stories about Barbados and how his brother looked at a building and saw his name on the Goddard name on the front of it. And then this guy walks up to him. He says, "Hey, you want this building?" He said, "Yeah, but what money?" He said, "I got the money." He said, "Are you joking?" He said, "Yeah, I have the money." He said, "Well, I don't have any capital or collateral. I can't buy the building." He said, "You don't need it. All I need is a signature." He said, "Are you serious about that?" He said, "Yes, I'm serious about that." He called his dad. He said, "This guy says he's going to give us the building. All he needs is a signature." He said, "Yeah, your family is legitimate. I know your family." Dude walk up, put out the papers, signs the papers. They own the building that day. That building, I think it was like worth $800,000. It produced millions and millions. It went up millions and millions of dollars of value over the next years. And that was Neville Goddard's brother who did that. He used the law of assumption. He just kept seeing his name on the front of the building. That is cool as hell that you just in Barbados. Shout out to Neville. So yeah, if y'all want to learn how to apply Neville's techniques easier, free gift down here is going to help you to do that. This is the truth. This is how it works. But it works because the subconscious mind has irresistible pull for the things outside. It's really two sides of the same coin. And they just want each other so badly. That's why they magnetize to each other. Okay. Anybody got any other questions right now? This is so good. So you know how when you first start to change your thinking, but you get that resistance? Yes, you will get resistance. Yes, you are supposed to keep thinking it. Yes. So you can, once you hit that resistance, like, oh my God, I can't think this way. And then you just have to keep feeling better than you do now. Here's the deal. If you feel bad when you try to think of something, you can't think about it. Stop. Because all you're doing is creating bad. You remember, if I think about what I want, but I feel bad when I think about it because I don't feel like I have it, what feeling do I have in me? I have a feeling of I don't have it. So I don't have it is in me. And just like the subconscious mind will attract having it, It will magnetize thoughts of me not having it, feelings of me not having it, people who don't believe I can get it, people who will prevent me from having it. They will all magnetize toward me. They will magnetize toward me. And that, therefore, I won't have it. That's what happens if you keep thinking about something that you don't believe is true for you. So your goal is not to believe it's totally true. It's just to feel better than you do right now. How does maintaining the thought marry with detachment? That's a good question. So the question is, there's a law of detachment, meaning you have to detach from the outcome, let it go in order for it to come back, which is absolutely true. So that's 100% true and accurate in experience if you've tried it. So here's the deal. You keep the feeling and discard the picture. So some people say, I want my specific person. It's my twin flame. I know it. They're married to somebody else right now. That's my person. Okay. Let's say that is your person. What you have to do, if you actually want that person to come to you, is forget the idea that it's that person or any particular person. You can't believe that. Why? You're not that smart. You and your limited awareness think it's that person. But there's an infinite intelligence, which is the subconscious mind, that knows what you would like to feel and who you are a perfect match to. It knows who your person is. What you have to do is submit that request to it, the subconscious mind, to go find that person, while you continue to feel as if you do have it. The subconscious mind will set up magnetics in you, magnetics in them, and then you will want each other, and you will be magnetizing across the country to each other until you meet. It might be a person right next to you. You have no idea. It could be a person in the next city over. It could be a person in another country. I don't know who it is, but your subconscious mind knows and will bring you to that person, regardless of what it requires. You can get called on a free trip to Italy because somebody just wanted a partner to go to Italy with, and they thought of you. Maybe somebody you just met a month ago too. They say, look, I just met you, but I want to go to Italy and I don't want to go by myself and I like your vibes. Let's go. And you go to Italy. You ain't thinking nothing of it. You're out there enjoying the Eiffel Tower, the food, the culture. And a waiter come up to you, deliver your food, and give you a look. She go, I think he wants you. You get shy, you blush, but he actually does want you. You start talking. You meet a man in Italy. I can't explain how it's going to happen. It will happen, though. The subconscious mind is insatiable. It's irresistible. It's undefeated. It always gets you and the thing you vibrate like together. It always does it. Because that's the way things unfold. It's unbelievable the way stuff unfolds. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but I do know it will happen. That's the law of the subconscious mind. And this is why you don't have to do anything. But here's the deal. You will do things and you will want to do things and they will feel good and they won't feel like work and you're going to get incredible results. That's how you know you're doing it correctly. That's how you know. All right. Anybody got any other questions before we hop off? Hey, Mary is number 1 on the top viewers list. Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to my girl, Leisha. Empathy Empire. That's my girl, y'all. Empathy Empire. Shout out to y'all for being number 1, 2, and 3 in the chat. Thank you for being number 1, 2, and 3, showing the most love in the chat. I appreciate you. Look, if y'all message me, I got a free gift for you. And you can do, here's what I'm going to do. Just for this live. I don't do this for lives ever. If you message me, I'm going to give you a free one-on-one with me, 15 minutes. Where I'm going to do a mind map with you to detect what's going on and what direction you should take. 15 minutes free. I'm going to do that for y'all. If y'all message me down here. 15-minute call. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a mind map with you. What's going on in the mind. I don't do that often. Actually, never have done that. It's usually just go to the mastermind. You don't talk to me because I'll be busy. But go ahead, message right here, and I got you. I'll do a 15-minute call with you. Anybody got any questions before I jump off? Thank you, Dana. Thank you. By the way, I got some. These are these. Okay, cool. Perfect. Perfect. You are welcome. Yeah, y'all just message me, all right? Go ahead and do that. I'm going to get with you. I'll probably be doing the calls today. You're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, you've been eating these, baby. I ain't been eating these. All right, y'all. Love you. Y'all have a beautiful day. Live your life like it's golden. Live your life like it's golden. Golden. Peace. All right, we done on TikTok. Live ended. Had 822 viewers, 2 shares. Look at the analytics of this one. Neville Goddard Subconscious, what it's called, baby. All right, that was a good one. So we got a little direction that we going in. We like it. We like it. We like what's going on. Okay. X out of that. OBS still going. Look. Oh, the nation. Sorry, man. I was not looking at this chat. I should have had the chat up. The nation. What's up, the nation? All right, I'm out.